guys, just a quick tour of our camper. We've had this for a couple of years now, and it's a little bit modified, but we want to give you the general idea of how it works. So, this is an ARB awning that I installed, basically attached to some 80/20 channel, which is basically aluminum extrusion. So I'm able to mount this on it, in addition to like a little water tank here and a surfboard carrier, which we're obviously not using because we're in the desert. Okay. So this awning works great, except in the winter when the sun's way too low because it doesn't get high enough. Anyway, so come this way. And we have a backup camera up here that I kind of mounted, which is a little homegrown, but it works good enough for us. It just kind of helps us see. And we also, I bought these little giant steps, which are great for getting inside the camper. They're very heavy duty. And I also made a mount for it, which I'll show you in a little bit. So come on in. Oh, this is a gas can or water tank mount. Right now I'm using a water tank for it because we're only in like 2 hours away from our house, so we don't need gas. So you can leave the tailgate on the truck and the camper will sit on top of it. You'll look. Or you can take it off and the camper sticks a little bit out. It's nice to leave it on because then you have a little platform to put your stuff as you go in. Okay, so right now obviously the camper's popped up and you can see that I'm about 6 feet and I've got about another 2 inches, 3 inches over my head, so it's easy to stand up. This couch, which we have a blanket on, but basically has storage underneath it. So you can lift this up. Oh, right now we just have some various, this is a comforter because it got pretty cold. And I have some 12-volt stuff, cables and things over there. But it's pretty decent sized storage. And just basically, and this also turns into a bed, which we don't use. But this will pull out and it becomes like a twin size bed, so you could theoretically put 3 people in here, which would be kind of crazy. It's pretty small. Okay, are you gonna come in? There's more storage up here, which, yeah, pretty basic storage. That's bear spray from Montana. These are, you're not gonna, oh, okay. So we purchased the cold weather package, which basically is just this thing, this little extra layer of insulation, which I'm assuming helps. We always leave it on so we don't know the difference. In addition, there is like a see-through plastic Velcro window, and then this is for obviously rain, and then you can pull this down also. That's at nighttime we do that to keep it kind of insulated in here. It all kind of attaches Velcro, which is easy. It lets a lot of light in. There is lights. Oh, there's a vent here. Can you see all this?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a vent here that opens and closes. We also have a fantastic fan over here. So when you run that, you can crank this and it will pull the air in or push it out, depending on which way you have the fantastic fan set up. And oh, lights are here. So these are nice LEDs, very bright. You want to this one. And okay. We have a Dometic fridge, which is nice. It's pretty small, but for but for basic, you know, 3 or 4 days, it's fine. We also have a propane heater that is right here, and that's been really nice at night in the desert or on the Central Coast where it gets really cold. There's a bunch of, that's the propane heaters, basically a thermostat here, you just crank it on. We have a bunch of 12-volt plugs here, so we got USB plugs, and then like cigarette lighter plugs. So right now I have the camera. Yeah, that's my chintzy wiring for the camera, but someday I'll fix it. That just runs off 12-volt. Let's see, there's more a little bit storage down here, which we have some cleaning stuff and soap. Then this is our basic food cupboard here. So that's decent size. It goes way back, so it holds a lot. That's
hard to see.
Oh, it is. Yeah. That's actually the 12-volt fuse box for the 12-volt. So we had to replace a couple of these fuses because they blew when I plugged in a vacuum. Until I blew all the fuses. And oh, there's a drawer here, which is just a mess right now. This is it has a monitor for water, which was empty, we didn't fill it. And then also the battery charge. So there's a second battery underneath where I'm sitting right now, which is basically under here. I'm not gonna pull it up. So it runs off the, it's hooked up to the alternator. And so when a truck is running, it charges it. We also have solar on the top, which charges it when we're sitting out in the desert like this. So if you see here, I installed this separately. It didn't come with it. It's a battery monitor for the second battery. So it's showing 12.83 volts, which is great. They give you this thing, which is basically a good, fair week, which I don't think is enough. I like to know kind of where we're at.
Show her the window, honey. I forgot to open that.
Oh, this is the window into the truck, and Oliver's in there somewhere. But it is nice. It's not a through window because I guess the guy was telling me that he tried to do them, but they were leak all the time. So basically, this is just solid, so you can't
go in and out of there, unfortunately.
No. There's more storage. The other side's here, which I know what's in here. Oh, tape.
And then tell them what that is next to your knee, honey, the fridge.
Oh, we have a second fridge that I've had before I had the camper. It's just an angled 12-volt fridge. And I usually just put beer in here. So you look, there's beer. But because that fridge is pretty small, so I'll keep the food in there and like the drinks in here. And this just runs off 12-volt also, so I just plug it into this guy. Oh, this one. And this will run.
That can actually get cold enough to freeze stuff.
Yeah, you can keep ice cream in here.
So
these are nice.
These are really powerful fridges.
Yeah, so if you
buy expensive.
If you buy a camper without a fridge, I would just put one of these in there.
Just use that, yeah, because it actually is cold. Seems to work better than the fridge that we had.
That came with it. So if that ever dies, I'm going to put an angle in there too. Yeah. We'll see.
And then that's the range top. We just have 2 burners.
Right. So that's the range.
And a little sink.
We have a sink.
And then this little bitty above the sink you can put stuff on, but not when you close up the camper.
I think that's it.
And that's it. So now we'll show you in a minute how to close it.